Hello, everybody. So today, Spirit has guided me towards doing a reading regarding the United States, but generally speaking, the world at large. We are speaking about the world at large because the United States of America, which happens to be my country, it affects what happens here in this country affects the entire world. So this is a very scary time for not just Americans, for everyone. And Spirit would not allow me to move forward without covering this first. I want to tell you that. I had other things that I had on my to-do list today, but I had to stop for this because of the amount of activity that started to brew around me and nudge me physically, because they physically touch me. And they were saying, we have to do this now. It's imperative. So what I've asked is, what does the state of affairs look like for the United States over the next year? And I have done a Celtic cross spread for this particular reading. I had a tendency to use this spread a lot, but I have since kind of like formatted my own spread that just sort of like works for me. But this is a different case, and so I wanted to do this to get really as much as I could. So I did tarot cards. So there's 10 tarot cards here, and then there are accompanying oracle cards. So first I'm going to look at the bottom, which is an energy that is in the foundation of this reading and the subject matter of this reading. And we have the Queen of Swords with the Divinity card. And the interesting thing is that as I move forward, you're going to see that the King of Swords also comes out prominently. So I take this, okay, as faith. What's happening here at the bottom here in this foundation is there's many different interpretations of this, so I'm going to cover as much as I can. But this is about wanting and needing honesty and clarity of mind, okay? And there being a very strong protection over the people. Even if you cannot feel it, it's there. And it is a lot of people, okay? And if you are one of them, please comment below. But a lot of people are getting to a point where they have to just restore their faith that everything is going to work out the way that it should. Not worried about timing, not worried about how, but just concerning oneself with protection for everybody, especially those that are in war right now, and then falling back on their faith. Because the Divinity card is here, which is angelic energy. And it's angelic energy. It's speaking about the energy of the United States in particular, because that is the subject of our reading. It's not the entire world, it's the United States. So there is a crying out for clarity, for honesty, there's too much confusion occurring that there are so many people that maybe have never gotten on their knees and prayed before that are doing so. And so the foundation here is about, I feel that there being an eventuality of the truth coming to light. the truth coming to light. And it's going to happen in divine timing. So, then we have the significator of the reading, the United States and the state of affairs of the United States over the coming years. We have the Empress with the ancestors card. Now, this is very interesting to me, not only because people sort of see the United States in such a way as this a place that has at times felt like that it could be depended upon by other nations. Okay, the Empress is about that, but the ancestors here pointed me towards our founding fathers and our birth date. Okay. The Empress is a Taurus card, okay? But the sun sign of the United States is a Cancer. Cancer, the moon, the mother. So there's a reinforcement here of our great nation being in a very nurturing and giving sort of energy, and we have been for a while, but that's the thing that's happening here energetically, is that there is this, we're now seeing much of what we have built over time being summarily destroyed, okay, by dictators. Yes, I said dictators plural, because that's what it seems like. That's what it feels like. That's what it looks like. Looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, all that stuff. Now, there is something about dependency that shows up here. Dependency. And the inability to allow for movement forward. There's a stop here. The progress. The ancestors are seeing this. The ancestors are seeing what they've built, okay, making a big, huge turning point. This is a huge turning point, okay? The change, okay? The change is necessary in certain regards. You can argue all you want with me. I'm not saying what's happening is good. I'm saying that change is good, okay? Because some things need to be torn down to be rebuilt because the old structures no longer work for us. We are in the midst of what we feel is our downfall, but it is not our downfall. Okay, we're getting all the rats out of here eventually. Whoever is in power right now, the rats that are in power now, we're getting rid of them. We will not be destroyed by them. Even if it looks like that right now, you must have faith. Okay, that's the big, like, overwhelming feeling that Spirit is giving me right now. And I have to just say what they want me to say. And I'm not, I'm just saying it. Okay. Yeah, we are being protected. We're being protected. Sure, it's it's something we can't see or touch or feel maybe, but it's there and it's happening, and we're gonna be okay. So I just want to put a little, I had to make a point about that before I get into anything else. What is we have here crossing oneself, which is in the Celtic cross spread, this card would indicate like the nature or the forces that are opposing one for good or for evil. So what is opposing this Empress Ancestors United States of America state of affairs over the next year? Well, we have the Six of Cups and the Obsession card. So we have somebody, okay, who is playing around, all right, with our stability. Because that's one thing with the Empress too, is stability, groundedness, okay? But it's also something in the past. It has a lot to do with reflecting on the past and kind of a simplicity and a purity, but I'm seeing it more as a reversed because of this oracle card that came out. So the reverse is of Six of Cups is an inability to change. Okay, it's a stagnation. It's not wanting to move or grow, and childishness. Think of somebody in power in this country that is childish. It's risking so much. And it's because he has an obsession. Okay, his obsession is to be a dictator. He has a fascist regime. He has those desires. He is obsessed with power. And that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing the joy of our past, all the things that we've built as a nation over time being squandered. This is the challenge. This is the challenge. The challenge is that we have to see that that's what's going on, first of all. And we don't have to see it so that we can necessarily fix it as an individual. Like we have to come together, really, if we want to see, if we want to, if we're in a tug of war with the leaders in this country. I mean, we have to stand up as people because we, the people, are this country. So, there is going to be an uprising. There will be. There is right now. So we have this interesting crossing of energies. This looking back on what America was, the mother, the nurturer, a nation that can be depended upon by people and other nations. And this is where people can live and make their dreams come true. And that's what it has been. There's a freedom here, and now we're seeing the opposite. Now we feel like we're being imprisoned in our own country, and they are falsely, they're taking people that they have no right to take, and putting them in prisons, and I can't even get into it because I'm going to start crying, but because I'm scared for them. I want to help them, and if I get that feeling, I'll live in that energy, and I just I would not be able to function right now. If I watched every little thing on it, my heart would be crushed, and I would be useless. And I want to be useful. That's why I'm bringing you this reading here today with Spirit, because I want you to be able to see some things with me. The crowning position of our reading here today, guys, is an energy that makes me feel both it makes me feel hopeful. It makes me feel hopeful, this. I just needed a minute. I'm sorry, I might take pauses like that sometimes. This is a heavy reading, so. The inner voice crowns the High Priestess. And I love her represented on this particular tarot card because she's seen as an owl. And she's perched upon a crescent moon. And there is a subconscious and intuitive energy that is going to be relevant here in our country. But it can also speak of repression, silence, and secrets. We cannot look at one. We have to look at the duality here within this card and the energy, because it comes out with the conflict card. We will be in conflict, unfortunately, with other countries. We will be involved in a war or several wars. As soon as I saw that Uranus was going to be moving into the sign of Gemini, look back. If anybody is out there that studies astrology or understands how to read the ephemeris, every single time Uranus has been in the sign of Gemini, the United States of America has been involved in a war. It is a pattern. Okay, it is a very solid pattern. So I just wanted to say that, okay, that you have to keep in mind that being prepared for something is a good thing. You cannot panic, though. You have to have faith. Replace that panic with faith. Do whatever it is that you can possibly do to get there. And if you do not have the tools, I will give you them. I will give you what works for me. Because we can't be running around here panicked. We have to have faith that everything is going to work out. It's going to get hairy before it gets better. I cannot lie to you. But I'm not saying this to cause you to panic. I'm saying this so you are aware. We are going to be in conflict with each other first, and that's happening. And then other nations, which is going to be happening. And it's unfolding already, but it is dependent upon how obsessed and stubborn and and stagnant and just completely fascist is this president going to be, and his cabinet. Well, I have to say this, overall, we're going to beat him. We're going to beat him. He won't win. We have such support. I really do not like not having another unique thing to say, but this happens in readings a lot, is that there is an emphasis sometimes. There's a repetition of specific words and situations. And I find myself repeating 5-6 times the same things because there are so many things that come out that that support the last thing I said. Behind us, right? Well, I should go to beneath us. What is in the foundation here? More nurturing, because we have the Queen of Pentacles. All right. So that means that whatever this 6 of Cups and this obsession represents that's crossing us, what's in the foundation of the United States of America is stronger than him. So it comes out, I want to say this straight off the bat. Somebody, I do not know who, there is going to be a man, and I do not know which party he might belong to. This could also be a man who is the head of another nation that comes in to provide for the United States in some way, okay? Either they are in politics in this country or they are in politics in another country that cares about the United States or is friends with the United States. But this is a movement forward, slowly. This is a slow progression. I cannot stress that enough with the Empress here and the Queen of Pentacles. They move slowly, but they never stop progressing. So there is a man in our midst that is going to come about slowly but surely, that is going to be helping and providing another direction for us. I want to say like somebody else is going to be replacing the president. I feel that strongly. I just really hope that it's not Vance, but hey, I just, it goes in a certain order. Now, what is behind us? What is behind us here in this question about the year ahead is the 10 of Swords and the Earth Angel. Oh, I love this. Okay, so backstabbing, painful ending, death, destruction. The 10 of Swords also, I'm not trying to panic, cause panic, but the 10 of Swords it represents a physical death. People would think a lot of the times that in tarot, the death card in the major arcana represents physical death. No, it is the 10 of Swords and sometimes the world. I've even seen it as judgment. So, yes. And it's coming out with the Earth Angel, which is that emphasis, right? We have divinity coming out. We have ancestors. We have energies that are watching over us, that are in support, that are going to be helping to move energy in such a way that it is almost as if they were dropped down from the heavens. It's actually this Earth Angel is showing me it's not just non-physical reality. It is an earth angel. It is someone who is in the physical world with us that is going to make some kind of change. And I want to say it's a female, and she's a person of color. Backstabbing, painful end. She's going to help us to rise above what is going on in our country over the next year. So now there's two people. A man who is beneath us that is carrying a ruler of pentacles, helping with the finances here. And then a restoration of the mind, of the chaos, comes with this earth angel. That's really interesting. What's ahead of us? The Page of Swords, an idea with the Love Spell card. That made me think when I saw it. So, the significator of the reading, which is the United States of America and the coming year and the state of affairs, which is the Empress card and the Ancestors card, is being... This is what's being given. This is what's being given. The progress that they're going to make, that the United States, okay, and the state of affairs is going to be in this protection, right? Like I said before, what the outcome will be of that is the birth of a new idea and a new way of doing things. It's also there's so much like curiosity here. There can be a little bit of restlessness, but for the people, because we're waiting, right? We're waiting, and we feel sometimes, even if we're taking action and protesting and doing what we need to do and signing petitions and speaking to our lawmakers, sometimes we will feel in the coming year that it's not helping, but it is. It's just that we're not seeing the results yet, but there are results before us. The birth of a new idea and a new way of doing things is going to unfold. My hands are tingling so much right now. The love, the restoration of that, that support that we're getting. It's really cool to be able to say that, I have been like this my whole life. Not about to go on my off on like my life or anything, but I've been like this my whole life. I was born this way, and so I was born with natural extrasensory perceptions and all of these things. But then I also have skill because I've studied. So in a way, all of this makes sense to me already. So I'm trying to put it forth to you. And I'm trying to tell you that no matter what you might believe in, what kind of theology or ideology or anything, we are always being protected because our lives are very important. And we have our own personal protectors. I have my own personal spirit team made up of people that have not ever incarnated in the physical. And then I have like people that I shared a short time in this lifetime with that have passed away that help me now. People that I've never met before that decided to be my spirit guide. So, there's just a lot of emphasis, a lot of effort, and you might not do what I do, but you still have that same protection. So does the United States, the whole of the earth, because Earth is an incredibly important facilitator of growth and expansion for the universe, because we are the universe experiencing itself. So it's necessary to keep it safe and keep it going, and to keep us safe so that we can continue on having the experience that we came here to have for as long as possible. So even if you feel that the world is crumbling, you have to understand that we will be okay. We will be okay. So this is probably one of the most important parts of this reading. The Four of Swords with the Abandonment card. Okay. Now, the Four of Swords can be about, it's typically about rest and relaxation, but it's also in traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, the depiction is a soldier that's come back from war, that is resting alongside his own sword and the 3 other swords of the soldiers that were killed in battle. His fellow soldiers. So he's resting, but he's also processing and reflecting upon the battle. He's healing from it. And he's accepting the fact that his comrades are no longer with him, right? Now, so that the reason why I had to explain it that way is because I always look at that depiction first, and I say, what is the relevance here of that? Well, the relevance is that this could be about war, actual war. Putting us in a position over the next year, putting us in a position where we have no other choice but to be involved in some kind of battle. We are in a battle, but what kind of battle? Because there will be physical battles. Right now, we're battling the fast approaching fascist regime and dictator Trump. That's what we're seeing that already. We feel abandoned. We feel like there's no way out. There is always a way out. We are feeling burnt out. We are in need of recuperation. Okay, so this next year, the United States itself is in the midst of being abandoned by supportive nations. And then it is us looking at, or not us, but the people who govern the United States right now, looking at the possibility of having to go to war because of that, to protect ourselves from opposing nations. Our environment is the 9 of Cups, which makes me feel better about what I just said. And the Thoughts card. Our environment over the next year is that we have a win coming. We have a win. We have something that is going to get we have some energy coming towards us that we are going to be so grateful for. A wish coming true. This is also a great time. Spirit is saying that it's a great time for you to monitor your own thoughts, because in the coming year, you have the power. Each individual has the power to create as part of a co-creation with the universe. You have the power to create what you see in the physical world with your mind, with your thoughts. We all do. If you can picture the world that you want to see, do it. The country that you want the United States to be, hold it in your head. 5 minutes a day, just start thinking about it and see it growing in the way that you hope it will. You think it doesn't count? You think you don't matter? You're a masterful creator. You can do anything. We aren't done. We aren't done. It might feel that way right now, in this moment, but we're not done. We have more to do. You have more to accomplish. But there is something really beautiful happening. If we were to look at it like this, who's going to come to this is Trump, who's going to come to my tavern and enjoy all of these cups of wine with me? Nobody. Nobody, my guy. That's what's happening in the environment. And it's this one's quick. He's going to be rethinking things. He's going to be going over some things, okay? And I'm not, look, hey, he might go a different angle. He might not backtrack. He might go in a different direction. But he is going to be faced with hit after hit, smacked after smack in his face because of the choices he's making. And he's going to be rethinking things. But is he going to be smart? Is he going to be thinking about the people of this country? No, he never does. Thinks about himself. Hopes and fears. Karma. Retribution. Disciplinary action. I'll say it again. Disciplinary action for the King of Swords. Swords is air. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That man is a Gemini. And now at the bottom of the deck we have Queen of Swords. And in our environment here, in our hopes and fears, we have the King of Swords with karma. He is going to face the repercussions of what he started in 2016. Oh God, this feels so good to say. The hopes and fears. Yeah. The hopes and fears is interesting because there's a pocket full of people that are afraid that this is going to happen. And then there's a pocket full of people, which I think this is the larger group of people that are hoping it will happen. It will happen. And the outcome. The outcome. The Ace of Cups. But here's the kicker. It comes out with the Abuse card. And there's a person here that's crying and injured, and she's getting tomatoes thrown at her from people in the distance. Ace of Cups is a new beginning, and compassion and love and self-love, and it's a new beginning there. It's a new way of seeing the world, right? It's new way of approaching things, because there are new things that are happening that haven't happened before in my lifetime. So now I have to, I have to approach this, and I'm going to do so with compassion. But this is about also what happens here with this outcome here. Okay, this is the repercussions of one's actions. We had karma in the hopes and fears. This is a repression. Somebody trying to repress, someone trying to just wipe away everything. And that is not something that's going to succeed. He will try. They will try. The dictators, the power-hungry, weak men in power, they'll try. They won't win. Because here we have a new beginning for us, the people, as we watch the man get what is coming to him. It's a time when we have to start anew, and we have to rebuild because of the damage that he did, but we're going to do it together, and we're going to see him out of here, guys. That is an eventuality. I stick to it. If I'm wrong, I'll come out and say I'm wrong, but I feel it so strongly. So this is, a very important assessment. I feel like the overall feeling that I get from this reading and from Spirit is that they're saying something I said in the beginning, which is that the people will rise up. The people, we will come together. Okay? Things will get situated in time, but expect changes to be made in our government. There is going to be a reformation of so many laws and so many things that have become archaic or have had loose, holes in them that people were able to, the loopholes, right? So those things are going to be looked at and they're going to be fixed. But then there's going to be new laws and new things. You're going to see that in the end, sure, the destruction doesn't need to happen, and there are going to be a lot of people that will stick to that. But it was necessary in order for the clearing to occur. We had to clear things out here. We're in that process now. And like I said, it's going to get bad before it gets better. And we are going to see triumph in this country. It's going to be the process of it in the next year. And there are going to be some really bad points, as there have been already. You have to hold on to that faith. It's happening for a reason. This isn't the end. This is not the end result. This is not going to be like this forever. The only constant in the world is change. There are very few absolutes in the universe, and that is one of them. Nothing stays the same. So I'll leave you with that. I hope that you are all doing well, and I am sending you so much love now and always.